What is up, guys? It is Robert at Gaming with Me, and welcome to a story time. I don't know how long this video will be. I don't think it's gonna be too long. I mean, maybe it will be. I don't know. I've wanted to do this video since Animal Crossing New Horizons was announced as, Animal Crossing Switch or just Animal Crossing 2019, whatever. Since it was real back in 2018. But I wanted to talk about this story that I've had for so long. And I think it's finally time. Animal Crossing New Horizons comes out literally in a few weeks. Less than a few weeks. It's next week. Holy shit! I wanted to talk about my experience with my favorite villager leaving my Animal Crossing City Folk town. I was a young wee lad at the age of, I want to say 9 or 10. I'm not too sure. Maybe 10. I don't know. I don't want to say any older because the older you get, the worse it sounds. But yeah, I'm just kidding. It was actually yesterday, but no, I don't know exactly when. I think it's 9 or 10. If you're new to the Animal Crossing franchise, you may not understand this, but obviously there are a ton of villagers that you'll come across through the series. And you don't, it's not like you see a bunch of different ones all the time, especially in something like a City Folk. You have your select, I don't remember, I mean, I guess it would be like 6, 7, it's not like it was a ton of villagers that are in your town at all times. But you have those, and sometimes some move out, sometimes they stay for the whole years you're there. Like, they don't really leave that often. It's not like often enough. You could try to convince sometimes villagers to stay with you. A lot of times say, hey, I'm thinking about moving, and then it says the option don't, or yeah, do you you do that to the ones you don't like. So when you hear some villager that you don't like, and they're like, I'm thinking about leaving, it's mostly like, fuck yeah, leave, bitch, I don't care about you. So yeah. So yeah, those are always a good thing. When they leave, you give the option for that. But you have those ones that you get attached to, that you're like, you see every day. You say hello to them, you stop by every time, and you see them, you're like, yo, you give them some shirts, you give them some shit, they give you some shit, and you grow attached to these characters, right? Well, mine was Bones, and I'm still scarred for life ever since this happened. But like I said, I was a wee young lad, and it was the first time I heard about time traveling in Animal Crossing. Now, time traveling, if you don't know, is just changing the time of your Wii. Anytime you change the time of your Wii or the 3DS or whatever, if you change the time, it adjusts to, obviously, the time. So if you are now in the year 2020 and you went to the year 2049, those Animal Crossing villagers are going to be like, where the fuck you been for the past 29 years, And so that's pretty big, and you don't necessarily want to do that just because you risk having your favorite villager leave, and that's pretty big. And you really do it because you're curious. You want to see, what's it like in the year 2049? Nothing. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not all of a sudden Blade Runner. It doesn't change. Same with like any holidays. You want to skip to the holiday. You want to skip to a different time where you could catch a specific bug or catch a specific fish. You do the type of stuff just so you could save some time, I guess you could say. But I don't recommend it. Especially the older I got. The more I've really appreciated what Animal Crossing is and how it really just respects time. You know what I mean? And it's always here when we're there. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to rush it. We'll be here in July. And in July, you could catch that bug, man. So just come back in July if you need to. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I love that about Animal Crossing. That's always just there. It's always on the sideline or on the front line. You know what I mean? It's always there, just right next to you. Always a town just ever growing, especially with New Horizons looking like. And so I one day did a time traveling thing for I don't know how long, but I was time traveling a lot. I was going back and forth. And the thing is, the more you do it, the more likely someone's going to fucking move. And I kept doing that. And all of a sudden, I got a letter in the mailbox that said, from Bones. And my heart dropped. And I was like, Maybe it's just a, maybe it's just sending me a, hey, how you doing? I open the letter, and it says, I don't remember the exact words, obviously, it's been so long. But it just says, Dear Robert, just want to tell you that, you've been such good friends. It had so much great memories. But I think it's time to move on. And I'm moving to a new town. And I was like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean a new town? No, Bones, no. I mean, my head started spinning. I was like, it's all my fault. I did it. It's all my fault. I need to go back in time. I need to go find Doctor Strange, even though during the time I didn't know who Doctor Strange was. But you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh shit. I think I literally tried to go back in time to see if I could get him. Some endgame type shit. And but that's not how it works. You don't go back in time and he's back there, which would be actually pretty badass, I will say. Maybe they should do that. You'd have to remember that. But I guess, once they're gone, they're forever gone, it doesn't save to that. But holy shit, I literally was no fucking way. I turned that game off and I went on my bed and I just started crying so much. I was like, just on my bed, and I'm just like, Bones, I'm so sorry. Oh, no. I'm like, why? I'm like, oh. And I was just crying, dude. I was so sad. I was like, I can't believe it. My main homie, the one that I loved, brother to brother, is gone. Bones was no more. And it's such a damn shame. And it's funny because when New Leaf, maybe I would have gotten him back. Nope. No New Leaf. I remember I did once I bought the Wii U, I rebought City Folk. Nope. Bones is not in that town either. I wasn't going to also buy amiibo cards and scan them in. I think that's fucking cheating. You know what I mean? To me, personally, I don't want to do those amiibo cards and stuff like that. It's like, oh, I could just scan in my favorite amiibo. Fuck out of here. No way. I ain't cheating. It's Animal Crossing. It's just like real life, yo. You move into a town, you can't just choose who the fuck comes with you. You know what I'm saying? Unless you pay them a lot of money, which I guess you are paying them money because you bought the card. You bought the card. You're paying them money to move in. Kind of. Okay, you know what? I guess kind of. And it sucks because it's like it could have been someone like fucking Wendy. I hate Wendy. Wendy's a bitch. And the whole thing with Wendy is I actually make a lot of my animals say, fuck Wendy. Wendy's a whore. I don't know if they say Wendy's a whore. I just know I do put fuck Wendy. Like, you could, sometimes animals will be like, hey, you think you can give me a catchphrase? And you're like, yeah, fuck Wendy. That's what And so every time they're like, yeah, how you guys doing? Fuck Wendy. And then Wendy's probably in the silence like, Jesus Christ. What the fuck did I do? Wendy's a bitch. That's why. But it's interesting. I wanted to talk about this because I love the fact that we could get so attached to these characters that honestly don't even have the greatest dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Like, after a while, they start to repeat a lot of stuff. And I'm hoping with New Horizons, they're able to really evolve the characters. It looks like they have, because a lot of times now, if you're talking to a character in front of something, they'll talk about whatever's in front of them. They'll talk about just everything in their house. They have different conversations of what they're holding. It looks like they hold stuff now. They sit down. They do a lot of different things that are more natural, more realistic, you could say, for what a human or an animal would do, And I think that's great. I'm very, very happy about that, because the limited dialogue options were something that they greatly had to improve from City Folk and New Leaf and any Animal Crossing, you could say. But I think with New Horizons, they're really boosting it up a lot, and that's good, because that's gonna make your attachment to these villagers even more huge. And my quest for until the next Animal Crossing to come out is I'm going to try to get Bones. Not no fucking amiibo cards. I'm not paying it for them. But I think it's not fair. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to search these deserted islands, and find my boy Bones. It's going to happen. Me and that fucking dog are gonna be reunited after goddamn a decade. You know what I mean? It's been 10 years. I need to see that fluffy fuck. And we're gonna be reunited, and he's gonna be happy about it. If he's not happy about it, I'm gonna kill his fucking ass. Nah. But seriously, it's interesting, you know. I think it's super cool that people, you know, a lot of people have favorite villagers. I know my good friend Retro Death, I think his favorite villager was, what was his name? Is this Wolf, I think? Is this Wolf? Am I right? I think it was like a wolf. I don't remember exactly what his name was, but I think he said he's using amiibo cards. You better not. You better not, boy. But he's going to do it. I'm not. I can't. I don't know about Collected or Mizatia that they're going to do amiibo cards. I ain't doing no fucking amiibo cards. Get that shit out of my face. You know what I mean? But for me, I can't wait, yo. Animal Crossing's next week. That's why I needed to make a video about it. Next week will be also an Animal Crossing video, if I'm being honest. Probably. I'm not gonna 100% confirm that, but maybe. I don't know. But for sure, you know, we're doing the 24 hours of Animal Crossing New Horizons. But I wanted to tell you this funny story where I also ramble. But hey, it's just an excuse to talk about Animal Crossing New Horizons. And just let me know, what's your favorite villager and what's your favorite memory with them? You know, again, for me, that was my memory, where it's a sad memory, but of course, because I time traveled, he left, and something that I would always go to every day to talk to him, be like, hey, Bones, how you doing? What's up? And then he'd tell me his same 3 lines of dialogue. And I'd be like, oh, shit. You know, I'd have him wear his t-shirts of mine, and only he could wear those specific t-shirts, so if someone else wore it, I'd like give them some other clothes so they wouldn't wear it. So it's like, only me and Bones can do that, okay? Okay, Caesar? I think I had one of those. I think it was an ape called Caesar. There's a lot of, you know, villagers that you'll run into, and I was pretty lucky. I got some cool villagers over the few towns that I've had. Sometimes you get some ugly fucks, and one that are just like really weird looking. You're like, dude, get the fuck out of my town. You disgust me. You make me want to puke in my own fucking room, yo. Get out of here, little trash bitch. But for real, it's an exciting time. You know, Animal Crossing New Horizons is so close. It's going to be interesting to see what's the 2 villagers that will move alongside with you in this deserted island. If it's Bones' first day, I mean, the odds are literally like 2 out of 500. Like it's a 1% chance, literally. You know, so the odds are not very high. I think it's a 0.5% chance. Like, it's very slim. Maybe it's 0.1. I don't know. It's a very, very slim chance that one of them will be Bones. But over the course of years and exploring these, you know, islands, eventually I think I'll find Bones, and I'm going to tell him, Bones, come with me. I found you. I've found you. It's finally time. Welcome home, Chewie. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. I wanted to talk about that. It's going to be awesome next week. I can't wait. I hope there's a midnight release, but then I thought about it. What are you going to do at midnight in Animal Crossing? I don't know. So I'm not too sure, but I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. Let me know what your favorite villager was and your best memory, man. Don't time travel in New Horizons. I don't know if you can anymore, but just don't time travel because it's worth it. It's worth it just, you know, taking your time, collecting the bugs when you need to, celebrating these holidays when you need to, all that type of stuff. And don't let those villagers leave. See you guys next time. Peace! Be a star of the party, saw some of your daughters get rich, get handed pussy like it's a form of payment. Perform on the Grammy stage and they ban me for ranting on how Ariana makes my dick grinding. Spit some lots of heat over a takey beat. Start a beef with another MC over a fucking tweet. But I guess for now I'll just be that guy from New Jersey. Yeah, I'm slaving it.